What's holding you back from stepping up? Is it the fear of failure, or maybe the weight of past mistakes still lingers? Today we're diving into a mindset that can change everything, acting as if you are the best, as if no one is better than you. This isn't about arrogance or pretending, it's about building a powerful belief in yourself that allows you to overcome any obstacle. The Stoics taught us this: we can't control everything that happens around us, but we can control how we view and respond to those things. If you've ever doubted yourself or let past failures hold you back, now is the time to shift that mindset. Let's explore how to think and act with the confidence of someone who already has what it takes to succeed. Right now, act as if you are the best. So stay with us as we explore how acting as if you're the best isn't just a shift in mindset, but a key to unlocking everything you've been aiming for. If you're finding value in our message, I ask for one small favor: hit the subscribe button. It's free, and it helps support the channel immensely. Let's dive in. 1. The power of deciding to be the best. The moment you choose to live up to your full potential is the moment everything begins to shift. This choice isn't about waiting for the right opportunity or for external circumstances to align in your favor. Instead, it's an internal commitment, a decision to show up every day as the best version of yourself. This idea resonates deeply with Stoic teachings, which emphasize that our true power lies in how we choose to approach life. As Epictetus taught, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Choosing to be the best begins with this mindset. It's not about perfection or proving yourself better than others. It's about setting a personal standard and committing to growth. Marcus Aurelius, one of history's most powerful emperors, reminded himself daily to act with virtue, not for praise or glory, because it was the right thing to do. He saw each day as an opportunity to strive for excellence, not in competition with others, but in competition with his own potential. When you decide to be the best, you're not saying you won't encounter setbacks or make mistakes. The Stoics were clear that life is full of obstacles, but they also believe that these very obstacles are what refine us. By choosing to be the best, you choose to face these challenges head-on, using each one as a chance to grow stronger and wiser. This is the start of true transformation. It's not about waiting for the perfect moment. It's about making the choice now, in this moment, to act with purpose and confidence. From this decision, everything else flows. You raise your standards, your actions align with your goals, and you move closer to the person you're capable of becoming. This is the power of deciding to be the best. 2. Why acting like you're the best matters. When I say act as if you are the best, I don't mean flaunting a sense of superiority or arrogance. Far from it. Acting like you're the best isn't about looking down on others. It's about holding yourself to the highest possible standard, striving for excellence, not for validation, but for growth. Imagine yourself as a world-class athlete or a master craftsman. Their confidence isn't loud or boastful, it's calm, grounded, and rooted in years of discipline and dedication. Think of Marcus Aurelius as a leader. He didn't see himself as flawless or better than others. He saw himself as a lifelong learner, dedicated to improving himself and acting with virtue. This is the mindset we're after. Acting like you're the best doesn't mean pretending you know everything or never making mistakes. It means showing up with a deep belief that you are capable of handling whatever comes your way. This belief shapes your actions. When you believe you're the best, you carry yourself with quiet confidence, and others take notice. The Stoics would remind us that true confidence isn't external, it's internal. It comes from knowing that you're living in alignment with your values, doing your best in every moment. The distinction here is that arrogance seeks to place you above others, while acting like you're the best is about lifting yourself to your own highest potential. It's about striving for excellence with humility, grounded in the Stoic approach to life. You're not aiming for perfection, but for progress, constantly learning, refining, and moving forward. 3. What if I'm not the best? Some of you may be thinking, but I'm not the best, I'm nowhere close. How can I act as if I am? 8. It's a natural feeling. It's common to feel you're not at the top. But here's the insight: you don't need to be the best to act like the best. Acting like the best is a choice, a commitment to hold yourself to the highest standard possible, regardless of where you currently are. It's about embracing the journey, trusting that every step forward brings you closer to realizing your potential. The beauty of this mindset is that it's effective even if you're not yet at the top. Acting as if you're the best doesn't mean pretending or being unrealistic. It's about shifting your perspective to unlock your full potential, beginning with how you perceive yourself. This aligns closely with Stoic philosophy, which teaches that we have control over our mindset and our responses to life's challenges. So even if you aren't currently the best, you can still choose to carry yourself with confidence, discipline, and purpose, the traits that define excellence. When you start acting as if you're the best, something profound happens. You begin to believe it. And as that belief takes root, you start to embody it. This isn't magical thinking or false confidence. It's a psychological shift that directly influences your actions. The Stoics understood that our beliefs shape our behaviors. When we act as if we are capable and skilled, we gradually become more so. This concept is a self-fulfilling prophecy, something the Stoics were well aware of. Consider a job interview as an example. If you walk in feeling nervous, doubting your abilities, and convinced you're not good enough, it's likely you'll underperform. But if you approach it with the mindset that you're the best person for the role, speaking with clarity, conveying your skills confidently, and knowing your worth, it changes everything. Even if the job isn't offered to you, this mindset shift prepares you for future opportunities. You're building resilience and practicing confidence, both of which will serve you long-term. So when you find yourself thinking, "I'm not the best," the Stoics would remind you that this isn't the point. The point is to act as if you are. In doing so, you raise your own standard. You align your actions with the person you're working to become. The goal isn't to reach perfection, but to continuously pursue excellence, an ongoing journey of growth that Stoic philosophy champions. 4. Continuous growth, the Stoic path to mastery. The Stoics emphasize the value of continuous growth, and this mindset embodies exactly that. Acting as if you're the best doesn't mean you believe you've reached the pinnacle or that there's nothing left to improve. Quite the opposite, it's about dedicating yourself to a life of ongoing learning, discipline, and refinement. As Seneca advised, as long as you live, keep learning how to live. This philosophy reminds us that no matter how skilled we become, there is always room for growth. The most accomplished people in any field, be they athletes, business leaders, or philosophers, remain lifelong students. When you act as if you're the best, you commit yourself to the same journey of mastery. You're declaring, "I will carry myself like the best, and I will put in the work to become the best." This mindset is rooted in humility, not arrogance. The Stoics valued humility greatly. Marcus Aurelius, despite his vast power as a Roman emperor, constantly reminded himself to stay grounded and to continue growing. And he saw his position not as a final destination, but as a responsibility to pursue personal excellence every day. Adopting this mindset mirrors that same commitment. You strive to be better today than you were yesterday, understanding that growth is a lifelong pursuit. Acting as if you're the best is about raising your own standards. It means taking full responsibility for your personal development in every area of life. This path, rooted in Stoic wisdom, is one of continuous improvement and purpose. In your relationships, for example, it's about asking yourself, what would the best version of me do? How would the best partner, friend, or parent act? It's not about pretending to be perfect, but rather it's about continually working to grow and show up as the best version of yourself. In terms of health, this mindset means acting as though you're already in the best shape of your life. How would you treat your body if you believed you were capable of achieving peak wellness? What choices would you make regarding your diet, exercise, and daily habits? The Stoic path is one of self-discipline and intentional choices that lead to long-term well-being. 5. Practice becomes reality. When you hear the phrase, "act as if you're the best," it might feel like pretending at first, and perhaps, in some ways, it is. But here's the truth. What you consistently practice becomes your reality. The Stoics grasped this concept deeply. As Seneca famously said, "We become what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. This means that the more you practice qualities like confidence, discipline, or resilience, the more they become a part of who you are. Let's break it down. When you first start acting as if you're the best, it may feel unnatural. You might wonder, who am I to carry myself with such confidence? But the beauty of human nature is our incredible adaptability. The Stoics believe that we are molded by our thoughts and actions. If you consistently act with confidence, you'll begin to feel more confident. If you make disciplined choices, you'll gradually become a more disciplined person. It's not about faking it forever. It's about practicing the qualities you want to embody until they become second nature. Think of it as building a muscle. At first, lifting weights is hard, even uncomfortable. But as you keep at it, your strength grows. Acting as if you're the best works in much the same way. Each time you practice it, you reinforce that mindset. Over time, it stops being an act and becomes a habit. The Stoics understood this. Epictetus often reminded his students that while we may not control everything in the world, we have control over our response to it. By practicing virtuous actions, we align our inner selves with the kind of person we aspire to become. Suppose you want to feel more confident in social situations. Initially, you might feel awkward, as if you're putting on a show. But the more you practice standing tall, speaking clearly, and engaging with others, the more you begin to embody that confidence. Eventually, it stops feeling like an act, and you find you've genuinely become more comfortable in these settings. The same applies to any area of life. If you practice making healthy choices consistently over time, you naturally become someone who leads a healthier lifestyle. And if you make sound financial decisions, you'll eventually become financially secure. The Stoic principle of practicing virtue teaches us that we don't have to wait for change to happen. We can actively create it through our daily actions. The key here is consistency. It's not about doing something once and expecting a transformation. It's about showing up each day and practicing the qualities that align with your highest potential. Over time, what began as a conscious effort becomes your reality. You become the best version of yourself by consistently acting in alignment with that version. As the Stoics taught, our actions shape our character and our character shapes our life. So keep practicing, because your reality is being built by what you do each day. When we talk about acting as if you're the best, it's easy to assume this means ignoring your flaws or pretending they don't exist. But in reality, it's quite the opposite. Acting like you're the best requires the courage to confront your weaknesses directly and view them as opportunities for growth. The Stoics were masters of this approach. They taught that self-awareness and honest reflection are essential for any improvement. As Marcus Aurelius observed, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Part of that inner power lies in understanding our limitations, not to feel shame, but to learn and evolve from them. The most accomplished people in any field are not those who believe they're flawless, but those who know their weaknesses better than anyone. They don't let these shortcomings define them. Instead, they use them as motivation for continuous growth. The Stoics believed in embracing challenges and discomfort as part of life's natural flow. Epictetus reminded us that mastery requires resilience in the face of obstacles. When we clearly recognize our weaknesses, we can approach them with a mindset aimed at progress. Consider it this way: if you ignore your weaknesses, they don't disappear. On the contrary, they tend to grow and become more disruptive over time. But by acknowledging them and actively working to improve, you become stronger. The Stoics didn't view weakness as failure. They saw it as an opportunity to practice arete, the pursuit of excellence. Facing your weaknesses provides you with the chance to become more disciplined, capable, and resilient. This process requires humility. Acting like you're the best doesn't mean you believe you're perfect. It means you're dedicated to ongoing growth. You can carry confidence in your strengths while remaining fully aware of the areas where you need improvement. Seneca frequently emphasized the importance of learning from every experience, including failures. In fact, he believed that failures and setbacks are often our greatest teachers, revealing where we need to grow and prompting us to cultivate the skills or mindset we may lack. The key is to view your weaknesses not as sources of shame, but as natural parts of your development. By facing them with honesty and a genuine desire to improve, you take charge of your growth. True strength lies in the ability to confront what's holding you back and to work through it. The Stoic perspective encourages us to see life's challenges, including our own limitations, as fuel for becoming a stronger and more resilient person. When you act as if you're the best, you're not pretending to be perfect. Instead, you're demonstrating the strength to confront your weaknesses, learn from them, and grow toward the person you aspire to be. This mindset carries you forward just as it did for the Stoics, who accepted their flaws, learned from them, and continued on their path toward excellence. 6. Elevating those around you. When you act as if you're the best, it's not only about improving your own life, it's about raising the bar for everyone around you. The Stoics believed in the principle of sympathia, the idea that we are all interconnected and that our actions impact the whole. When you strive for excellence, you naturally inspire others to do the same. Your confidence, discipline, and commitment to growth influence the people you interact with, whether it's in your family, friendships, or workplace. By embodying the best version of yourself, you lift those around you, encouraging them to reach for their own highest potential. Think about how it feels to be around someone who carries themselves with purpose and clarity. Their energy is contagious. They don't need to say a word, yet their actions and presence show others what's possible. This is how you can influence those around you, by leading through example. When you act as if you're the best, you become a source of inspiration for those who may be struggling with self-doubt or uncertainty. You show them that it's possible to rise above challenges with the right mindset and focus on what truly matters. The Stoics weren't preoccupied with competition in the way we often think of it today. They valued helping others achieve virtue and wisdom. When you raise your standards and strive for excellence, you're not just lifting yourself, you're creating an environment that encourages those around you to rise as well. The acting as if you're the best means embodying qualities that others respect and want to emulate. In doing so, you don't only improve your own life, but you also contribute to the growth and success of the people around you. It's a ripple effect of positive change, exactly as the Stoics would have intended. 7. The Stoic way to handle failure. Failure is a universal experience, and the Stoics understood this deeply. They taught that failure is not something to be feared, but an inevitable part of life's journey. Marcus Aurelius famously said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." In other words, failure isn't the opposite of success, it's part of the path toward it. When you act as if you're the best, it doesn't mean you believe you'll never fail. Rather, it means you approach failure with resilience, knowing that every setback offers a chance to learn and grow. The Stoics believed in focusing on what you can control. You can't always control the outcome, but you can control your response to failure. So instead of seeing failure as a personal defeat, see it as feedback, a lesson on what didn't work and how you can improve. Epictetus reminded his students to accept failure as part of life and use it to build character. Failure isn't a reason to give up, it's a reason to move forward with more knowledge and experience. With a Stoic mindset, failure becomes less of an obstacle and more of a stepping stone. The best people in any field, whether in business, sports, or philosophy, aren't those who never fail, but those who know how to rise back up, stronger each time. As the Stoics taught, true strength is measured in how we rise after we fall. So the next time you encounter failure, remember it's not the end of the story. It's a crucial step on your journey to greatness. 8. A daily practice of acting as the best. Acting as if you're the best isn't a one-time decision, it's a daily practice. The Stoics placed immense importance on consistent, intentional action. In his Meditations, Marcus Aurelius urged himself to approach each day with purpose and clarity. He wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." Each day, remind yourself of this privilege. Acting as if you're the best means committing to show up again and again, with intention, resilience, and an openness to growth. It's a practice that transforms not only how you see yourself, but also how you contribute to the lives of those around you. The Stoics understood that a life of purpose is built not by grand gestures, but by small, consistent actions rooted in virtue and strength. This practice of showing up each day with a commitment to excellence is the path to becoming the best version of yourself. The beauty of this mindset is that you don't need to wait until you feel ready. The Stoics understood that waiting for the perfect moment often leads to inaction. Instead, they taught us to start where we are, with what we have. You don't need to be perfect, you need to be consistent. By acting as if you're the best each day, you're cultivating the qualities that will ultimately define you. Over time, what begins as a conscious effort becomes an integral part of your character. Remember, this isn't about arrogance or pretending to be someone you're not. It's about aligning your actions with your potential and striving for excellence in all that you do. Whether it's in your work, your relationships, or your personal growth, acting as if you're the best raises your own standards and brings purpose to your life. As the Stoics taught, while we can't control all circumstances, we control our actions, and through our actions we shape our lives. So make this mindset a daily practice. Each morning, ask yourself, how would the best version of me approach this day? With this question as your guide, you'll find yourself moving steadily toward the life you're capable of living, one action at a time. Thank you for being part of Beacon of Ancient Insights. If you'd like to continue on this journey of growth and resilience, check out one of the suggested videos on your screen. Stay strong, stay grounded, and I'll see you in the next one.